Alright, hello everybody. Today I'm going to show you how to take our kind of silly photos from this and transform them into a cool, fun drawing like this here. Now this is really simple to do. We're going to start first by finding our photo, then we're going to flip it over, and we're going to scribble graphite. Now this part is kind of fun because you can really get kind of crazy with it. Make sure that you are pushing down fairly hard, and it also helps to go in different directions because you really want to try to avoid leaving big white open areas like this, because then it's not going to transfer the image in that area. We need to have this graphite, on the majority of our paper and pretty dark. Now if you were choosing not to include your background in this project, you would really only need to do this over your face. And you can always go back and add more to this part. So, here we go. You'll kind of keep on filling it in until you get the whole thing covered. Afterwards, then you're going to come up to us, show us, and we will tape it onto your paper. Now, my photo accidentally got printed this way, so I'm going to tape it so my shoulders are lined up with the bottom of my drawing paper. And I'm going to just lightly tape it on so it does not move when I am tracing. Now my next step is to continue using my pencil, but this time I'm going to trace over all of the features of my photo. So I'm going to start first just by going around the outside, like so. I'm kind of going around my hair there. I want to include my fingers. I want to go over everything on the photo that's needed to show who I am. Now if your photo is not lined up to the bottom of your paper, you may just need to extend these lines after you're done tracing, just so that way they go off of the paper and it doesn't look like you're floating. Really take your time too, looking close at the photos. I know they're not the best quality, so some things like our eyebrows may disappear. Now you're going to just have to do your best to trace those where you see them, or to go back and add them later. I want to make sure to include details like wrinkles, both on my face and possibly on my shirt. And here can be a little tricky because it's starting to get kind of small, but I really want to do my best to trace all of these areas. The nose, sometimes, depending on how your picture looks, you may just go around the outline of it. But I think it's best to just try to trace the actual parts of the nose versus just making like a big triangle. Same with the eyes. Notice I traced my eyelids, the bottom, and the middle part there. I didn't just do one big oval. So we really want to use the photo to help us with this. Okay, now I've been tracing for a little while. I'm going to just kind of finish this line here. And my hand, so I have a good spot to remember. And then I want to peek to see if it's working. Okay. Let's lift it up quick, and hey, look, I can start to see it. Now as long as you can see it on here, then your next step will be to just trace it right on there. I want to go back because I did not do my shirt yet, and then I'll show you the next step. Okay, so I'm even including some of these wrinkles in my shirt. Now the background is an area where you can make some choices. I do not need to trace anything in the back of my picture unless I want to. If there's some classmates or something that you want to include, just simply trace over those too. However, I am now finished, so I just want to first, I'll kind of go over that. Once when I get my pencil down, then I need to grab a Sharpie to begin tracing it. Now we have two different size Sharpies for you. We need to remember that these ones with the flat caps are skinnier. Those would be really good for areas inside the face, like our eyes and our mouths. Definitely use these for smaller, tough areas or more detailed areas. You may use it for the whole entire face if needed. But once you get to larger areas, then you can definitely use the other size Sharpie. We just want to make sure we outline everything that we've originally traced. And I'm noticing I forgot, sometimes it's good to trace over some of the lines inside your hair too, just to give it that texture. Okay, but now you just simply trace around the whole entire thing until you're done. And then your job as the artist is to fill in the background. I'm going to go back to my finished example now to show you my choices there. So you can see here I chose, because I was kind of screaming in my photo, to use the screen painting that some of us might be familiar with. So I included my bridge in the background, and then you can see I just kind of made a sun with some rays going across. Once when you add it to your background and you've outlined everything with Sharpie, please come show us, and then we will let you use some markers to color it in. Remember, these are meant to be silly, kind of fun, which is why I chose the colors I did. They do not need to look realistic. I hope you enjoy it, guys. Have fun.